I have recently stopped drinking alcohol. This is a sentence I never would have imagined myself saying, and yet here I am. And I'm not making this video to boast in any way. I want to let you into my head because the most important question is the why. That's what I'm going to try and explain. But having said that, I have not quit drinking coffee. I need some of that before I even start making this video. I'd say the first time I started drinking was when I was about 19 years old. It was just after high school and it was something fun to do, and that pattern continued after school. Me being a musician meant that after I'd play shows, I'd go have a couple drinks with people, and it was just the normal thing to do. I never questioned it, not once. Bars have always felt like a safe place for me to go. A safe place for me to meet people, a safe place for me to have conversations, and I was comfortable with it. There was no reason to stop. The hangovers were a necessary evil. There's something about moving to a new country. It makes you feel very lonely. Going out to bars was a good tool for me to meet people because I didn't really know anyone, right? After analyzing things a little bit, I realized that a lot of the time when I went out to have drinks, it was me trying to fill that void, that loneliness I would feel. I realized that it never actually helped. It was nice to go out and to meet people, to have a great time, but the next day, you would always be painfully alone in your hungoverness. And another thing I began to notice is how discouraged and low I would feel after a night out. So I heard this phrase that I'm going to use now. It says that going out and drinking is like borrowing happiness from tomorrow. I work full time from Monday to Friday. Friday will come along and I would decide to go out, say I have quite a heavy night or two, and that is the end of my weekend. And during that time, I wouldn't be able to get anything done. You see, I'm pretty prone to laziness most of the time, but I began to notice a pattern in myself that went further than simple laziness. I felt like within me, I just didn't have the will to do anything that I actually wanted to do, like write music and make a bunch of YouTube videos and countless other things. And I didn't know why. I thought it was just me, that there was something wrong with me. I wasn't able to read as much as I wanted to read. And it was actually quite frustrating, if I can be honest with you. And quitting alcohol was always something that I had in my mind. It was always something that I thought about, but I couldn't see how I would feasibly do it because most of my social circles revolved around that. Everything that came to mind when I thought of doing something fun had to do with going out and having drinks. So how in the world could I stop? What would I do for fun? That aspect of it, I'm still trying to figure out, but there has been some immense changes to my life. So, another thing to note is that my emotions feel a lot better regulated. So, I'm someone who likes to take into account how I feel. I try and create routines to make sure that my body is at its optimum so that I'm able to walk through this thing that we call life without being handicapped by feeling rubbish. Feeling hungover makes you feel terrible, no matter how much meditation you do, no matter how spiritual you try and be. Because you've got toxins, because I had toxins in my body that depressed my mind, I felt shitty. Now, it's so weird that it's so much easier for me to be able to regulate the way I feel. I mean, because I've spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to make myself feel a lot more stable, and I am quite a stable person in general, but now I feel like I've gone to a whole new level here, and it's honestly wild to me. I was trying hard to feel like this, but it turns out that I was limiting myself, actually. Wow. I don't know why this makes me feel emotional, actually, because I'm just really happy to feel happy now. And I feel more grateful than I've ever felt in my life, you know. I cannot begin to explain to you how I've been going out and drinking for years and years. And this is the longest I've been without, you know. And I can't believe how great I feel. Sorry, I don't know why. I just feel a lot more creative. I truly feel awake, you know. Anyway. Oh, God. I'm probably gonna cut this out, but anyway. It's great to be back home. I hope my explanation made a little bit of sense, you know? All in all, the way I view this whole decision for me is this idea of what drives me, the desire to live a pleasant life and to help others have a pleasant life too, if I can. I'm in the process right now of cutting away the things that I feel steal that away from me. For me, alcohol was one of those things I see now. And I completely understood and knew what a night out would look like from beginning to end. And I feel like I just needed a little bit more unpredictability. I needed to be a lot more focused in the things I want to do. Just the mere fact that I'm waking up in the mornings and I'm reading books again. And I know it sounds like I'm attributing all these good things to just not drinking, but it's quite a coincidence, no? As soon as I stop, I feel like I don't have this weird haze over my mind anymore. And I guess the message I want to give out to you is, number one, this video isn't to convince anyone else to stop drinking. I'm just sharing my experience and I'm sharing what has made my life feel a little better. More importantly, we need to remember to not limit ourselves. Because when you think about the fact that you actually exist, it's quite a mind-blowing thought. And I'm not even talking about in the sense of spirituality. I'm just talking about in the sense of mathematics. Pure chance. The chance of you being alive is inconceivable. And the fact that you are here now is an absolute blessing. And it's kind of crazy that we use this blessing to complain, to limit ourselves with our beliefs. I'm in the process now of trying to be as grateful as I can for who I am. Any chance I get, I want to do things in this life that make me feel good and make people around me feel good, right? I want to live a life that is worth living. And the fact that I exist already means that I have been given the biggest blessing I could ever be given already. Life can be difficult sometimes, but we live and die by our choices, and we have the ability to choose how we want to live. You are amazing. Thank you for watching this video. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it, and leave a like on this video. Have a fantastic day, evening, or whenever you watch this. You're amazing. Ciao.